Computer hardware engineers research, design, develop, and test computer systems and components, such as processors, circuit boards, memory devices, networks, and routers. Computer hardware engineers usually work in research laboratories that build and test various types of computer models. Society has become dependent on computers, smartphones, tablets, autonomous systems, etc. Consumers want multiple tasks to be done in as little time as possible, and it becomes the hardware engineer's responsibility to figure out how to constantly make things faster, smaller, cheaper, and smarter. Current jobs available on Monster.com are electrical hardware engineer for Siemens in Johnson City, Tennessee, hardware engineer for medical electronics engineering resource group in Ramsey, New Jersey, an architectural door frame and hardware engineer for American Direct in Lenexa, Kansas, and a senior hardware engineer position in the Department of Military Electronics for Lockheed Martin in Syracuse, New York. A few of the duties and responsibilities of this type of engineer are to diagnose and troubleshoot failed rotational media and solid-state storage devices, analyze user needs, and recommend appropriate hardware. Modify hardware to either enable forensic analysis of the media or to change the functionality of the hardware for other purposes. Participate in the design and development of electronic circuits and assemblies, conduct technical exploitation and examination of high-priority digital media, test and peer review for technical accuracy standards and compliance to the design. Now, a few of the professional societies related to this field would be the IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, Eta Kappa Nu, which is the Electrical Computer Engineering Honor Society of the IEEE, and the Association for Computing Machinery, ACM.
A software engineer develops information systems by designing, developing, and installing software solutions. They apply the principles and techniques of computer science, engineering, and mathematics to the design. They design software for operating systems, network distribution, and also possess strong programming skills. Current job opportunities include mostly work as employees or contractors, such as software developer for cybercodes, Android software developer for ministry brands, GB software developer for E-Systems, or senior software developer for Quality Systems Incorporated. Some software engineers also work in small businesses, government agencies, military, or nonprofit organizations. Some even work right in their homes. Salary ranges from about $51,000 to $109,000, depending on how much prior experience or education you have in the trade. Duties and responsibilities of a software engineer can include developing software, installing software, designing software, programming, or fixing programming errors or bugs. Professions related to the discipline can be computer programmer, a web developer, a software tester, or a system analysis.
Power systems engineers work with the generation, utilization, and transmission of electric power. You could think of them as the architects of the backbone of modern society, being the power grid. These engineers might find employment all throughout the U.S. at various contractors doing maintenance and modernization efforts at various power plants. They also find employment at big-name tech companies such as Siemens and NVIDIA, and even Ford and Northrop Grumman. Salaries range between the low 60s to high 90s and above, averaging around $73,000 a year. The number one concern for a power systems engineer is safety, followed by reliability. They want to minimize downtime and injury. There are many government regulations that have to be taken into concern. An example of the type of work a power systems engineer might do would be laying out a distribution system, coming up with a bill of material and providing that to contractors in addition to installation instructions, as well as providing a follow-up inspection for government regulatory compliance. If you're interested in becoming a power systems engineer, you may want to talk to your local IEEE Power and Energy Society.
The signal processing is an amazing field, and it's not the transmission of signals as through telephone, wire, or by radio waves, but the change made to signals so as to improve transmission or use of the signals. The signal processing engineering, they can work in many places, such as communication companies or electronics companies. The communication companies, for example, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. The yearly salary, it's about $90,000 for a year. They have many duties and responsibility, such as develop all digital signal algorithms and perform, test, and verify all algorithms for all processes, and design and exact all digital signal processing system and develop for system and prepare all associated algorithm to develop all digital signal processing.